Alright guys, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. As of today's video, we are 1 week away from the release of NASCAR 25 to PC. So, we're almost there. We're almost ready to have the game on PC, which is really neat. So can't wait for that. So obviously, the last video that we did was talking about the updates as of October 22nd. So let's update you on what updates have come out since then. Right here on the NASCAR 25 site, they released on October 23rd a update that fixed the issues with the Career Series Champion achievements and trophies, so issue with that, along with addressed an online multiplayer issue. They also released a patch on the 24th, and this one for both PS5 and Xbox fixed a save file corruption issue. That one I remember hearing about was a bit of a problem. Then October 27th, they also released a update for both PS5 and Xbox, addressed an online multiplayer crash issue, fixed a career paint kit, added ability to copy a paint scheme to all slots. Not totally sure what that means necessarily, but I'm going to guess that's all slots across this series, maybe. I'm not totally sure, but that's what they're saying there. Also, championship added ability to switch paint schemes. So obviously, in championship mode in like NASCAR Heat 5, you had the ability to run your custom paint scheme and to be able to switch it in the booth, save it, and it would switch over to championship mode so you could use it. So that was a really nice feature, and so it sounds like you're going to have that ability here as well, which is cool. They also added H-pattern shifter support, so they got that added in, which was something people were complaining about not being in the game, and obviously, yeah. Makes sense. People want the shifters, people want their wheels. Wheels, shifters seems like been a bit of an afterthought to some degree, but nice to see them working to get those added on. And then our final update was yesterday as of the recording of this video, and that is we have a release for out tonight with new updates and fixes. Fixed H-pattern shifter support for online multiplayer, obviously having an issue with that. Addressed an issue with starts and restarts for some wheel/pedal users. So not totally sure about that. I'm going to guess that that's probably like just issues with those not totally working properly, probably not registering instantly, and so that was causing issues. Also addressed an online multiplayer crash. So that sounds like we've had a lot of issues with online multiplayer crashing, so that's not fun. Fixed the bumper camera on car geometries clipping issues. So I'm guessing that's where the camera would kind of go into the car that you might be bump drafting or something like that. That could definitely be an issue, so see that. Also fixed a paint kit issue with the stars pattern on Ford Cup cars. So a little update on some paint schemes and different things. And that is the last update that we have seen come out for NASCAR 25. So obviously, we are 1 week away from PC. Definitely a game that I'm going to be getting. Gotta be able to see a bunch of other YouTubers playing the game, such as Sloppy Joe, been able to watch him, Jeff Alviano, obviously, and a few others that I've been watching. And so a few of the issues, we have issues with the game, so let's talk about those. So is this game worth $60? That's the question. So let's talk about expectations. Coming into this game, we had high expectations because it's iRacing that's making this game. Also, we had high expectations because Monster Games, formerly known for NASCAR Heat 4, also the creator and publisher of such great titles as SRX and World of Outlaws, was also working on this game. So we got that, but we also knew the backdrop of that. This was going to be the first game they did. Sure, it was going to be on Unreal Engine, so the graphics were going to be updated and probably looked the best that they ever had. And we had a team that has worked on NASCAR games for years, being iRacing, that was working on this game. We were going to get laser scan tracks, we were going to get this, we were going to get that. We had Dale Jr. in it. So the expectations were, it's a new game, but we also had all these people stacked in the wings that were working on it. So while, yes, we knew it was going to be the first game of this partnership, we expected a lot. But we also expected it to be bare bones. It was a weird expectation that we had for this game coming in. And they didn't really communicate what all was in the game, what all wasn't in the game. And so now that we've had a few weeks of people actually playing the game, we now kind of know what's in it, what's not, and what issues are in the game and whatnot. So, to answer the question, is it worth $60? Yes. But only $60. I don't think you want to pay any more. I don't think you want to opt in for the DLC. I don't think you want to update for the Season Pass. I don't think you need to do that. If you're on console, if you're on Steam, obviously we'll have to wait and see how they price Steam, because it might be a little bit different. Sometimes they do that. But for console players, I would not go for the extra $20, the extra $25 for the game. I wouldn't do that. And here's why. Sure, you'll get some cool paint schemes, and that's neat. Is that worth $25? Maybe, maybe not. You might be able to wait for them to be able to go on sale and get them cheaper on console. So I'd wait on that. But is the game worth $60? Yes and no. But for me, it's going to be, I want to try the game out. I want to see what the physics are like. I want to see how this new NASCAR game works. And obviously, I want it for content as well. That's part of why I want it. But also, what I've seen is that while, yes, the game is bare bones, it has issues, and we'll get into what those issues are that need to be fixed still. The game on launch day worked. Sure, there was some bugs here and there that we obviously heard about, issues with force feedback, but the team has shown that they are actively working on fixing these, which is encouraging. But also the game, when it launched, as far as I know, from watching other people that were able to play it, there weren't game-killing bugs that caused the game to crash on consoles and actually allowed you to play. Now, some people did have issues with that, always will be, because it's gaming and there's different factors and whatnot. Always going to be issues with that. But for the most part, compared to NASCAR 21 Ignition, the game wasn't constantly crashing or taking your console hostage. So, big benefits there. Issues with the game that we do have, though. We don't have a choose cone. Basic feature of NASCAR. We knew this wasn't coming, but it's not there. We have pit stops. Pit stops, while yes, you kind of see the guys running around the car, there really isn't much of a cutscene compared to F1 or NASCAR Heat 5. So if we're comparing it to a previous NASCAR title and the pinnacle of a motorsport game, which is of course F1, when it comes to in-depthness and detail and feel, it's not there. You don't get that feel of being able to watch the cinematic pit stop as an option. You kind of just get stuck in the car. Also, with the pit stops, I've noticed this on multiple people's videos. When you come in for a pit stop, you have an issue where basically you're stuck on pit road for an extra second and a half because the game is switching from the race to a cutscene and then from the cutscene back to the race. And there's like an extra second and a half where you constantly are losing spots on pit road doing green flag pit stops because the game has to transition from the cutscene of the pit stop back to the game. And so that's an issue that really needs to be fixed that they have not worked on yet. Another feature that was in NASCAR Heat 5, and while yes, it was broken, it did work to some extent, that was DNFs. You could DNF the car. You could wreck out of the race, which is a nice realism factor. You could turn that on or off, but it was still there. And while it was broken and didn't always work correctly, it still worked within a possibility. You had the possibility of it working. And that is a feature that obviously F1 and other games, such as Project Cars 2, other franchises that have done motorsports have had for years now, and we can't get in a NASCAR game, which is rather pathetic. So that's something that needs to be worked on. Also, AI. You have a big wreck. I've seen this multiple videos. People are complaining about it, and rightfully so. You have 3 guys get into a giant wreck where they're flipping and flopping all over the track. Go to pit stop, they get fixed, they're fine, they come back out, we're ready to go. And they're racing at the exact same speed. There's no damage that overlaps after a wreck because, in realism, the cars wreck, you still have damage. That's not in the game. You also don't have AI DNFs, which was a feature that worked in NASCAR Heat 4 and 5, which allowed the cars to be able to, the AI cars you were racing both in championship and career, that could mix up the point standings. They could wreck out. They could have mechanical issues that could totally change the point standings. That's not in the game. That's a basic feature of motorsport games for both F1 and the NASCAR games that preceded this one. So that's an issue that's not there. Also with career mode, the finances aren't really there. I mean, it's not bad, but there really isn't a cost or consequence to running your own team. Obviously, people want to have the driver mode where you can just be a driver, get hired, and work your way up. That's not in the game, as we had that option obviously in NASCAR Heat 5. Once again, lower tier game, previous game, it's still in that option. Also, you don't have the option, like F1, to be able to just be a driver getting hired. You don't have that option. So once again, we're comparing the two, features aren't there. Am I still excited about the game? Yes, and that's because I'm disappointed that there are features missing, that it seemed like really simple features that should be in this game. I'm excited because the actual racing content, the actual way the cars react on track, the actual way you can lose traction, the actual way the cars can spin out and wreck, it's new, it's fun, and the graphics look incredible on the track. There are some issues obviously with like Xbox Series S that have had issues, but the game still looks good, and I'm still excited on trying it out. Is career mode as in-depth as it should be? No, but it still looks like it's going to be fun, a new learning curve that I want to try out. So that's something that obviously I'm going to pay the money for the game because I want to try it out, I want to do it. But for the common fan or for people that just want to do gaming, is it worth them buying into this game? Honestly, I'd say wait until the game goes on sale, because some of the features that you might be expecting for like F1 or from other motorsport games that you might have played in the past aren't there. And so I would wait. But also, this is a good show of the building blocks they have set up, hopefully, for the next game. They have the scan tracks, they have the overall feel of career mode, they have the overall features for single race and all of that now laid out. They got all the menus, and they're still working on some of the menu options and some of the AI stuff. It's there that they can work on, they can figure it out, they can get feedback from us, the player, which will hopefully lead us to NASCAR 26. And I know the NASCAR gaming community hates this. Hopefully the next game is better. I hate that, but that is what is being touted once again. We're stuck in that loop once again of the next game will be better. And hopefully it is, because I'm encouraged by how the devs have actually been putting out fixes, been listening, as far as I can tell, to the people saying, hey, there's an issue with force feedback, there's an issue with this, and they're actively working on getting that fixed. So that encourages me. So hopefully they continue to work on features. There's been a few things they've added to the game since release that are newer features, so that's nice to see. So hopefully that continues. But I'm still excited about trying out the game. There's still the racing aspect, which I think is really, really good. The overall look of the game, really, really good. The customization of paint booth that I like, it looks cool. Some people complain there's a few issues with that. To me, it looks really fun. To me, it's going to be something I'm going to be stuck in for hours trying to figure out paint schemes. So to me, just that, it's going to be fun. But yeah, there's some features that should have been in the game that's not. So anyways, I digress upon those issues. Let me know if you already have the game, what you think about it, if you think it was worth $60. If you're going to get the game with the PC release that we're 1 week away from as of this video, are you excited about it? So anyways, that's it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully it wasn't a total Debbie Downer. I do try to balance out my thoughts, because I mean, hey, I'm still going to get the game. It's still the actual racing content, the game not being totally broken at release encouraged me, and it definitely looks like it's going to be fun to play. Now, will it be funner if it had all those features? Sure, but I think it's going to be fun to play. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and as soon as we can get our hands on this game, we will start making content, because it's going to be fun. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. Bye-bye.
Turn on the engines, let 'em roll. Rev 'em up some more. Rev 'em up, let's go racing. Come on, top speed chasing.